Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to have a little fun doing subscriber requests. I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using products that people have requested I use on camera. I had a request to pick up the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the shade 4.25, and so I'm going to be putting this on my face today, as well as creating a super simple smoky eye using Jill Dempsey beauty products. So excited, finally picked up one of her lid tints as well as her Khôl eyeliner that she is kind of famous for. I also got asked to use my Hermès. I have two bronzer shades, one in Sahara that I used the other day. I also have this in Atlas, so I was asked if I would use Atlas on camera, so we're going to be doing that as well. And then I did pick up two of the new Victoria Beckham Posh Balms. Cannot wait to share these with you. And last but not least, I did pick up the Jenni Kayne Chelsea Cardigan. This is a new launch from Jenni Kayne. Many of you asked if I was going to pick that up, and yep, I did. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look using subscriber requests, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are going to have a little fun playing with some subscriber requests. And the first item that I'm going to be using today is the classic. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a iconic foundation that so many people love, and one of my subscribers had told me that I needed to pick up the shade 4.25 and that this would make my complexion sing. And the funny thing about this foundation is I have really liked this, but I never felt like I had quite the right shade. If you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I overthink everything. And through a couple different color analysis sessions, what I have learned about myself is that I truly have kind of a slight warm undertone with a cool overtone. So you'll see I've got some kind of red pink in my skin tone, so oftentimes people will match me either warm or cool. Now oftentimes if you have both cool and warm in your coloring, you can go with neutral foundations, which I do pick up from time to time, but within some brands I find that neutrals will pull kind of gray on my skin tone. It's kind of funny. It just depends on the brand. That would be the easiest, was just to like pick two in all the time. But I've had definite times where I will wear a neutral foundation and it will really pull gray. It will kind of look a little blah on my skin. So that is why I tend to gravitate towards foundations with either a little bit of peach or a little bit of rosiness to them, because it will actually make my skin kind of look alive. So that is a long way of me saying that today we are going to be using this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 4.25, which is described as light with a peachy undertone. So let me give you a swatch of this. We'll see how this one works. I have literally been matched to like 5 different shades within this foundation. So here is what shade 4.25 looks like. Definitely has that peachy undertone here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this on my skin and we'll blend it in and see how this color works for me. Okay, here is what this Luminous Silk looks like on my skin. I really do love the match of this. When I first was swatching this, I was like, ooh, it looks a little peachy, a little orangey. But once I put this on my skin, I feel like it is really kind of evening everything out. And as usual, this formula is just beautiful. It's gonna look like skin. It's gonna give you a little luminous glow. It is still such a good foundation, and I just haven't used it in a while, but it's just really beautiful, wears beautiful on the skin. And one of my friends who's a makeup artist told me that she thinks everybody looks a little better with a little warmth in their skin. That's like her little trick. So she doesn't go like super dark, but she says that she just feels like everybody's skin looks a little healthier that way. So I'm just having a little fun kind of playing around with some of my foundation colors. Then I did go ahead and pull out the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I have this in the shade 4. I forgot about how much I loved this concealer, and partly that was because it's really thin in texture and just a really good concealer. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of that right in the kind of deep hollows of my eyes here. Okay, here is my base for my foundation. We're going to kind of let that sink into the skin before we put any powder on. Okay, next request I had was to use the Hermès, the Plein Air bronzer in Atlas. So the other day when I was filming a video, I used SAHARA, but when I initially purchased this bronzer, I started with Atlas, and then everybody told me that I needed to pick up SAHARA, which I do really love. So first of all, let me show you the differences here. This one right here is SAHARA, so you can see this one's going to have a little bit more of that kind of red cocoa tone to it. I really love this one. And then Atlas is going to be, you know, this is going to be for fair to light skin tones, not going to quite give you as much oomph on the skin, but it is still very lovely. I find this one to be like a little bit more neutral. So they wanted to see that on my skin. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just swirling around here, and I'm using the Sonia G brush here, and we're just going to warm up the skin using that Atlas color. And this is the shade Atlas. And I really love this bronzer. I love it in SAHARA. I love it in Atlas. To me, this is sort of like my year-round bronzer. To me, this is Atlas. And then over here is SAHARA. And as you can see, this has just got a little bit more of that red cocoa tone. Here, I would say a little bit more golden slash neutral. And honestly, I can wear both of them. I'm not somebody who tans a lot, so I tend to pull out Atlas when it's more of the winter months, when I'm definitely not getting any sun. For summer, I definitely love to use SAHARA, but I'm hoping that helps so you can see how this looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, put a little of this in my crease as well. We're going to be using kind of a simple eye today, using a single shadow and bronzer. So while we're doing bronzer, we'll go ahead and put this in my crease. Okay, we have warmed up the skin, and before we go on to blush, what I want to do is use a single shadow. This is from Jill Dempsey. These are these lid tints, and I had been asked about these before, so I wanted to go ahead, pick these up and show you what this looks like. I picked this up in the shade Taupe, and it's just going to give your eye like such a pretty kind of wash of color. It is going to look really natural on the skin. Let me give you a little swatch over here. This is what this shadow looks like. It's in a creamy base, and so it just kind of gives your eyelids like this really pretty look. So I prefer to put it on with my fingers, and what I'm going to do is just take my finger here and pop some of this taupe color right on the mobile lid. I'll bring it up just a bit, but it's just a really nice, pretty, natural, sheer look on the eyes here. And then they will dry down in place. So I'm just going to kind of do this real quick. Can you see how it just gives you such a little nice wash of color? This is definitely for those that like more natural looking makeup. I think that it's like so easy and so pretty. And if someone asked me if these are super sticky, at first they do feel kind of glossy, but that's what I'm saying. Then they're gonna dry down on your eyelid. So no, they're not necessarily sticky. They're definitely glossy. That's what I would say, but they will dry down. And again, that's kind of the look that it is going for. It's just this kind of luminous little wash on the eye. It is really beautiful for, again, that one and done eye look. Again, kind of more natural looking makeup. And then I picked up one of her Khôl eyeliners. So Jill Dempsey's makeup is kind of known for that kind of smudgy, kind of this wash of color eye look, like kind of that lived in makeup look that I personally love. And these Khôl eyeliners get like rave reviews. So I was so excited to get this, and what I'm gonna do is I am like with any kind of Khôl eyeliner, I'm going to kind of tight line the upper lash line. I usually get a little transfer on my bottom lash line that I prefer, so I don't necessarily line my bottom with the pencil per se. I just wait for it to kind of transfer to the bottom. Then I come in with the spongy side, and then I soften everything. But this is going to create like easy smoky eye, 2 seconds, and it's definitely going to provide you with that lived in look. So what I'm doing is I tightlined the upper and it transferred to the bottom, and then I went towards the kind of third over here and just did a little thicker line on the top, which I'm now going to smudge out. Creating just a really easy smoky eye look. I'll just kind of come down into that waterline and just sort of make sure that that is blended out underneath my eyes. A little pop right here. If you're looking for an easy way to have some impact on your eye, I would tell you these are really good. Okay, here is what this easy smoky eye looks like using those Jill Dempsey eye products. What I'm going to do is go put on mascara, and then we will pop on blush and play with the new Victoria Beckham Posh all. Okay, eyeballs are on. Easy sort of smoky eye look using that taupe lid tint from DEMPSEY as well as her Khôl eyeliner. Really, really liking both of those products, especially for kind of quick, easy eyes, but have that kind of lived-in natural look. Loving that. And then another request I had was to use this Luminous Silk Blush. This one's in Euphoric, and it came in, I believe, the anniversary sale, had a Giorgio Armani set that they had, like the kind of liquid luminizer that was bronzy. I think it was called the Mediterranean set. That was so pretty, but they had this blush, and somebody told me, since I'm all about that pinky peach blush, that I needed this. So I am going to pop this one on, and they told me that it is the most beautiful pinky peach blush that has like built-in highlighter. Ooh, that is so pretty. Don't worry, I will blend everything in. This is definitely pigmented. It's such a pretty shade here. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It is just like blush season. And then we'll come over to this side, put this on. I think I'm going to add a little bit even to my eye look, because that is such a really, really beautiful blush. Now it is definitely has some kind of luminosity. This is slightly reminding me of NARS Orgasm shade that has kind of that sheen in it, a little bit of that gold reflection, but it is absolutely stunning. And I think once I blend it all in, I'm just taking my La Mer, this is the powder brush, and this is something that I do every day, is I use this to sort of buff everything together so it doesn't look so intense. But I'm hoping you can see how pretty that blush is. It's just stunning. And this blush is definitely like one and done. I do not need any highlighter whatsoever. I am going to come in, I'm just going to add a teeny touch of this blush to my eye look just to tie the whole face together. I'm just kind of coming right in that crease area. I think this would look really pretty on the eye. Just a little wash of the blush. We've got a little glow going on, and then I did pick up 2 of the new Victoria Beckham Posh Balms. These looked right up my alley. I am somebody who definitely loves a little glossy lip, kind of simple, easy swipe. And I went ahead and picked up 2 of the darker shades. So I picked up the Cassis color, which kind of reminded me of Black Honey. And it's so pretty, you guys. So again, these are very sheer. They are not going to be super deep. So this looks deep in the case right here, but that's the color. It is so good. Definitely like a black honey color. And then I picked up Colette. So we've got over here Cassis, and then right over here we've got that beautiful Colette. That's a little like sheer kind of red poppy color. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna start with Colette. This is the shade Colette. I absolutely love the texture of these lip products. So I am getting a glossy look on the lips, but these are not gloppy at all. They're truly like the most moisturizing balm I've ever tried before. They also grip the lips, so it is different in texture than like my favorite lip cheeks from Chantecaille or the Rouge Coco Flashes, which I absolutely love. but these ones, like they literally are gripping my lips. They are leaving a little tint on the lips, but I'm getting a little gloss as well. Like the formula of these is so darn good, and I do feel like it's also sort of filling in my crevices of my lips and stuff, making them appear maybe just slightly bigger. I'm really, really loving that formula. I love this Colette color. I just think it is so pretty. Okay, then I'm putting on Cassis. And this is the shade Cassis. Such a beautiful color. I love those Posh lip balms. They feel so fabulous on my lips, and I really love the way that they grip the lips. Like they truly grip your lips. They leave it with a little stain, and I just absolutely think they are awesome. They had two other shades, sort of a floor, like a really light pink, as well as a clear, but I did want to have some color on the lips, so I'm probably just going to stick with the two shades I got. They're clearly sheer, but I will tell you they definitely kind of stain your lips. They just are like beyond amazing to me. So I am super, super happy with that purchase. Now, normally I end with perfume of the day, but I'm actually going to a little perfume event. So I'm gonna not put anything on because I want to get the full effect at the event. But I did want to share that yes, I did pick up the Jenny Kane Chelsea cardigan. Many of you were asking me if I was going to get it, and I absolutely love, love, love this sweater. So it has slightly bell sleeves. It is going to hit me. I'm standing up on my chair here, but it's going to hit me just about like my waist. It's not too cropped. I absolutely love this color, and yes, it is more of a boxy fit. And with Jenny Kane sweaters, I typically pick up either an extra small or an extra extra small depending on the fit. This one I would say is more true to size. I was debating between picking up a size small versus extra small in this particular sweater. I went with extra small because it said it was a little boxy. I definitely think the small would have totally worked for me as well. When I first put this on, I was like, is it a little too fitted? Meaning, you know, is that the look I'm going for? But it actually fits perfectly. I've got a little bit of room here. So basically, I love everything about this sweater. I also think it is perfectly transitional, meaning that it is thinner so you can start to wear it as soon as the weather cools down a bit. It'll still be a year-rounder kind of sweater, but it's also just not too like thick and bulky. It's just like the perfect little flattering cardigan. I love it. The minute I saw it, I was like, oof, that is for me. And again, with Jenny Kane, I do have a discount code, which is Abby Bliss 15. So I used it myself to purchase this beautiful sweater. I am definitely getting some fall vibes coming in. It's a little overcast today, a little rainy, so I put on the sweater, my favorite jeans, and I just wanted to pop on having a little fun doing subscriber requests. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another one soon.